Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Have you been on here before?
No, I haven't.
Okay, hold on just a second, ladies. Just a second. Make yourself comfortable. Be a beggar, be a beater, be a beggar, be a To the first young lady. How old are you?
I'm 24.
All
I'll be
right.
25 this December.
25 and when?
December 5th.
Okay, well, December 10th?
5th.
Okay, your birthday coming up. Cool.
Yep.
And young ma'am, how old are you?
22.
22. And your first initial?
Z.
Z, okay, the first one, lady. What's your question? Z, I'll just give you a second.
So my question is, because I was watching the previous young ladies before, and I just want to know how to just attract a good man in general, because I feel as though like I graduated from Hampton University, so I was in the realm of, I had a good pool of men around me. But
Okay.
it seems as though
But what happened on campus?
What do you mean?
Did you have a boyfriend?
Yeah, I did.
How long did it last?
It was on and off for about 2 to 3 years.
How long have you guys been apart?
Almost 2 years.
Okay, and you want to know how to attract a good man? What do you want?
A good.
But what do you want as an outcome? But what do you want as an outcome?
The outcome is just to have a stable relationship, like
No, you got to divide it. You want marriage?
Yes, I want marriage. I don't want to be nobody's baby mama.
Okay, so so take a breath. You ladies got to start by defining what you want. If you want to be do you want marriage? So that means you want to be a wife?
Yes.
Or you want to be a partner?
I want to be a wife.
Okay.
And a partner, I guess.
Were your mother and father married?
Yes, they were.
And are they divorced now?
Yes, they are.
Well, I would say this, that depending upon your city,
I live in California, so it's kind of hard.
Well, it always starts with the same thing. Whatever kind of lifestyle you want to live, then you got to go backwards on the kind of man that you need to be with. I mean, and that has a function of, because if I could tell you where a good man is,
well,
if he was making average money, $40,000 a year, is that all right?
I mean, I'm gonna be making $50K, so I think I want somebody a little more than 40. Just somebody.
In other words, no.
No. So
Okay.
I guess maybe.
So you don't want a good man. You don't want a good man. First.
Well, why can't a good man make more than 40K? Papa, come here.
Do you really? Really? Z, hold on, Z. I'm gonna come back. Z. We'll come back to you, Z. You're how old again?
You said what?
You're how old again?
24.
If the average man in this country, black man in this country, earns $41,000, that's half a black man.
Okay.
You said I want to find a good man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a good man that can bring value to my life, because I do want to be able to create generational wealth and be able to, because I just come from a background where my dad, he got good money illegally, but.
Where'd you learn the term generational wealth?
You said, what's the term generational?
Where did you learn that term?
I learned it at school.
What does that mean?
To me, that means that you're able to pass down just wealth. You're able to.
Who in America can do that?
Rich people.
Can you at $50,000 a year have generational wealth?
No.
Okay. then how you gonna get it?
By working hard. I mean, it's my first job out of college, so it's not necessarily where I plan
What's your
on going
degree
in the
in?
future. My degree is in liberal studies, and my minor in cybersecurity.
And so what do you do for a living?
I'm working in sales tech.
So, ma'am, you starting off saying, I want a good man.
Well, I wasn't able to.
But what it comes down to is you want a man, you don't want a man. You have an idea of generational wealth and a man who's making more money than you, regardless of that.
Yeah.
I don't get the chance to make men who they are. If half of the black men in this country make $41,000, that's what it is. And the average white man makes $52,000. Most people in this country don't have what black people keep talking about, generational wealth. And I got news for you. With an average degree, you ain't gonna have generational wealth either. You're gonna have a middle class life with a sedan from Honda, Outback. You're not going to travel internationally. You're not going to shop at high-end designer stores. You have a regular life. Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, Burger King.
Well, maybe I want to redirect my question. How do I attract an above average man?
Why do you want it?
I want it because I do want to be able to travel internationally. I do want to be able to have a big family. I do want to be
So
able.
you want somebody to be able to provide your lifestyle.
No.
You're gonna contribute a little bit.
Yeah.
But he's gonna be the lion's share.
Yes.
Okay, how tall are you?
I'm 5'1".
Dress size?
I'm a 2 on 2. Yeah, like a 2.
How much you weighed last time you weighed yourself?
Like 115.
On a scale from 1 to 10, just your face, fresh face out of the shower, where you rank yourself? You can't use 7.
I would say I'm about a 7.
I said you cannot use 7.
Oh, so I can't use 7?
Nope.
You said 1 to 10?
1 to 10, you cannot use 7.
Why can't I use 7? I feel like I'm like right there. Like I'm a 7. I'm a solid 7.
What did I say?
I would say a 6.
See, this is why you guys often wonder why I say you can't use 7, because 7 is the default for most women. It's been scientifically proven that most women have no idea who they really rank. So they'll give themselves a 7 because it's just above average and just a little bit below pretty, beautiful, or gorgeous.
Yeah.
There's a real reason, ma'am. 6, here, I would give you a 5-6. You're average to cute. Okay, where in the world do average to cute women? Okay, how many children do you want?
I would say about 3.
You said a big family, so 3 kids?
Yeah, like 3.
Okay, and do you want to live in California?
No.
Where do you want to live?
I want to live somewhere in the South.
Somewhere in the South, like what?
Like, well, I love Virginia because that's where I went to school at. So.
All right, so, okay, Virginia. So let's say you lived in Tyson's Corner, Falls Church, someplace in Virginia. I don't know. Do you want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant with your first child and married?
No.
Okay. What overall percentage of the family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for a lifetime? Of 100%, what percentage of the overall family financial load? That means all the children, the house, the bill, the cars, the college, the travel. You have to give this percentage day in, day out, no breaks.
I would say I would want to contribute about 30 to 40%.
30 to 40% means if you lose your employment, the family is a significant risk.
Yeah.
Okay, but then you said you don't want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant. You cannot contribute 30 or 40% and not work while pregnant.
Yeah.
Those two things don't line up.
Well, I'm the type of person, I'm a planner, so
No,
if
ma'am, I don't want to hear that shit. That's not how it works.
okay, well, I mean, I don't know what you're asking.
I'm asking questions in a formulated way because I know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
You're not rich. You're not going to hit the lottery. You can't plan and just pull money out of the air. If you don't want to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant and you want 3 children,
Yeah.
that means, by what, do you want to put your kids in daycare, or do you want to?
No, I don't want to put my kids in daycare. I would eventually want to put my kids in daycare, but like when they're able to talk, you know.
So you want to be
Like
home
2.
for the first, how many years do you want to be home?
Just first like year and a half.
But then you want kids back-to-back stair-step, 1, 3, 5.
I haven't necessarily like planned that out just yet. Like,
Well, you see, that's the problem. We have to.
okay, well, I see I got some work I have to do.
No, but that's the problem. You have to. You don't just have kids willy-nilly. If you want to have stay at home for a first year and a half, you don't just do that. So, stair step 1, 3, 5 is that's how most people want to do 3 kids.
Okay.
All right. So if you're pregnant and you're off with the first kid, and then you get pregnant with the second kid, man, that means from the moment you're pregnant with child 1, you'll be out of the workforce for at least 7 years. See, this is what I'm showing you guys. The ladies don't do the math. They don't think about it. All right. And then, so you can't be responsible for 30 to 40% of the overall family financial load.
Yeah, you're right.
What percentage do you want to have to be responsible for? Meaning, do you want, if you lost or chose to stop working for any reason, or if you decided to start a business, do you want your income to significantly impact the financial health of the family?
No, that's not something.
So that means you want to be responsible for less than 15%.
Yeah.
All right, less than 15%.
Oh,
How much does it cost for a family of 5 in a nice suburb in Virginia? How much would you need from an annual income standpoint?
I would say
For all 5 people now, for the kind of life you want to live, to be able to live in a nice neighborhood, provide for your family, kids going to college, how much will you need for an annual income? Not you, just for the house.
just for the family. Well, in Virginia, the average cost, like I say, like 60,000. Like Virginia's really not that expensive. Like maybe like $100K.
Man, you make $50,000 a year, right?
Yeah, I'm not saying, but
Hold on. $100,000 is twice what you make. $100,000 won't take care of a husband and 3 kids.
it won't. Plus my 100,000 plus my 50,000 wouldn't.
You're not working to. You're paying. No,
what
ma'am. Okay, right now, could you afford 3 children?
Of course not. That's why.
All right, and you could. Okay, so if you're making 50,000, you can't afford 3 children and a husband.
Yeah.
That's not. So, how much are you going to need to have as a family annual income to provide the kind of lifestyle you envision? It's not 100,000.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah. Like maybe like say like 200 to 300,000.
It's closer to 350. But I
In Virginia?
Man, do you think I don't know what I'm talking about?
No, I do. I just didn't.
Yes, Virginia is still in the United States of America. And it actually costs more depending if the part of Virginia is more than 100% of the cost of living. In Dallas, Houston, Austin, San Antonio, Atlanta, to provide the kind of lifestyle you're talking about, the family financial income would need to be around $325,000 a year.
Yeah.
Now, ma'am, do you care if your husband's black or white or Hispanic, Middle Eastern?
Of course. I want my husband to be black.
Okay, what percentage of, and how tall are you again?
I'm 5'1".
So you don't have a height requirement, right?
No.
All right. So what percentage of black men in this country earn over $300,000 a year?
Very, very small percent. I haven't done the numbers, but
If you had to guess,
say
what
maybe
percentage? What percentage of black men earn over $100,000?
I have not done that research, but I'm off the top of my head, maybe like 15 to 20%.
10.
10. Wow.
And then over 300,000 drops you to what percent? What do you think?
Like 3.
3 to 1%.
Wow.
So when you came in the door saying, I just want a good man, I want you guys to understand that they don't want just good men. They want high value men, high earning men.
Yeah.
That's not what you came through the door saying. You came through the door on some other shit. I just want a good, solid man. I just want a good dude. I'm from the Hampton. I went to Hampton, and I walked you down pace by pace. You are the same chick that calls in because you don't want to have to really. So why'd you go to college if you don't really want to have to work?
No, it's not that I don't really want to.
No. Why did you? Okay, if you don't get married, what percentage of the family financial load are you going to have to be responsible for you? If you don't get married and you don't have children, what percentage of your financial load are you going to have to be responsible for?
I'm going to have to be 100%.
Right. So you know that as a single woman. Let's do the logic. Let's put our logic hats on. Then why did you go to college for 4 years, get a 4-year degree, if ultimately you want to be almost a stay-at-home wife and really live like a wife of old, not having to be responsible for more than 10 or 15% of the family? Why'd you go to college? If that's what you really want, how much student loan debt are you in? I mean, do you take student loan debt?
I only have like 20K in student
Okay,
loan.
but it's still out there. So my point is, this is the kind of stuff that you ladies don't get taught. They just tell you, go to college. And then you think that, I'm not a gold digger. I'm not one of these chicks out here. But just like the previous young lady, you see this lifestyle and you're like, well, now due respect, did your mother and father make $300,000+ a year? Legally?
No, not legally. No.
So you see this lifestyle.
Yeah, and I had the lifestyle. So.
What?
And I'm saying, and I also lived the lifestyle of somebody that my dad was. I was very spoiled. I was very privileged.
But he didn't make the money legally.
No, he did not make the money.
So the lifestyle you guys are seeing, legally or illegally, or put in front of you, is building an appetite.
Yes.
For something that.
Wow.
Hold on. For something that doesn't fit you, because the kind of men you're talking about are exceedingly rare. About 3% of black men in this country earn over $300,000. That's all. And that's not adjusting for the ones that are married or gay. And what do these men want from a woman? And you got to realize a $300,000 heterosexual single black man, and you give yourself a 5 or a 6. Where in the world does a 5 or a 6 get a 1% man?
I mean, I would give myself a higher score when I'm put together.
You can give yourself whatever you want to. There's hundreds, thousands of you.
Yeah, there is.
I mean, when you go out to the nightclub to put together a night, you stand in line like everybody else. You're not going into VIP. You're not unless somebody invites you into VIP,
yeah.
Your name ain't on the list.
Yeah. No,
so
I'm not
and what I'm trying to get everybody to understand is we got average women wanting this high-end lifestyle, and they don't even look at it as high-end.
Yeah, I don't look at it as high-end.
But you then want to know you can't afford what you're talking about. So when you say you want a good man, and I said, well, $41,000, the first thing you're like, why can't he be good men and make more? Because your ass is average. You don't get it. You don't get a man that's up there. You're average. sorry, man, that's how that works. Average people get average people. And think about all the men who are just right where you are. And your grandmother, your great grandmother, and the people who did it the right way, they didn't look down on the men that are around them. So the bottom line is, you came in and you do want a man, you do want a lifestyle.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I want a rapper girlfriend's lifestyle. No.
I didn't say anything about a rapper. I don't do rap. Do I look like a rapper?
No, I know that. I'm not saying that.
But do you know these men? Do you know?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Do you hang out with entertainers? I mean, not entertainers. You hang out with corporate attorneys,
Yes.
cardiac surgeons. Do you hang out with
Engineers?
Engineers don't make $300,000 a year. Trust me, I know this one. They don't make that.
That's true.
So, the man you're looking for, you don't want to have to be pregnant and working. So, just like the other young lady, all right, if that's ultimately what you want, then why the hell are all y'all in college and getting jobs and everything else? If you really want a man to be out there earning all that money, then you should have been taking your 18 to 22 years old looking for a man who's 35 plus, 30 plus years. Because at what age does a man start making that kind of money?
Yeah, that's true. It's just that's the thing. I've been dating guys that are like 10 years older, and it's just, for me, like, I'm a fun person. So, guys that are a little older.
No, what it is you guys call it fun. What I call it is not serious.
Yeah.
And you ladies are not being serious in your prime years.
Yeah.
And every time I go through these math examples, all of you college-educated women drop the ball and realize I'm wasting my time. I'm overvaluing myself. And when I tell you approximately where you rank, man, you're average to cute in the face, and you got an average income. That means you get an average man, and you're supposed to get the hell on and be happy with that. But 20 minutes ago, you said that man wasn't good enough for you. I gotta know, from those men's standpoint, why aren't they good enough for you?
No, that's not true. It's just, I'm saying what I want. Like, I can always want better for myself, but I'm not the type of person where I'm like,
you can't want better than what you can provide. No, see, that's a lie. And that's one thing I want to stop. You can't want better than you can provide for yourself.
Who says that I can't provide that?
Man, let's not be foolish. We were doing so fine.
Yeah, no, but
you can't afford, man. Your degree is in what?
Liberal studies.
Liberal studies, my ass. You don't make $300,000 in liberal studies. Now, since you made me have to do that, why the fuck would you even say something that crazy? Why is it that you ladies can be average and give yourself the higher, you want higher than you are? You can't provide that. So now I gotta ask you, why do you get that? And those men, why do you get that men can't say you ain't good enough for them?
No, I don't think that. I don't like look at a guy and say like, oh, like.
Well, whatever. The ultimate point is what you're saying is, there's no problem me wanting the best, to shoot for the best. Yes, it is.
Yeah, but
yes,
why?
it is. Because you aren't qualified for it. You can't do it yourself. If this doesn't work, you get to live on the liberal studies and whatever you do in income. That's what you get to live on. That's what you get. The world doesn't give you what you think you deserve. The world gives you what you are worth to the world. So what you're worth to the world, you can't be sitting around talking about, this is my worth, and you look at your W-2, and you look at where you live, and where you drive, and your credit rating, and everything else that you can provide for yourself, day in, day out, week in, week out. Then, because a man comes to the door, you say, now I need diamonds and furs and Birkin bags. No, B, you get what you already got. Average. So that's what I mean. An average man can't come to you because you feel like if I got average, I might as well be by myself because I can do bad all by myself. That's why so many black women like you are dying alone, unmarried, no men, because you have been made to think a man's value is his wallet first. You
No,
don't
but that's not
see.
true. That's not true. You just asked me what I wanted in life, but that doesn't necessarily mean I won't settle for that. I didn't say that.
Settle. I get tired of this settle word.
Okay, well, wrong.
I'll take it your way, man. I'll take it your way. Fine. Would you marry a man who's earning $45,000 a year?
Yes, I would. I'm not like you said 40. That 5,000 is a little different.
I just gave you 45, but the 41, 45 in Virginia, 45, $4,000. So what? And you'd have 3 of his children. See, she can't even get it out of her mouth. She can't even, you'd have 3 kids. I want to hear it.
I would date like I'm not.
Man, I want to hear. No. You asked. You want to play this game? I want to hear it. You would marry a man making 45,000 and have 3 of his children.
Yes, I would.
You'd have 3 of his children. That means, and you would live at your means. That means what you okay? That means
if I fell in love.
Excuse me. 72% of mothers in this country have to work full or part time. So it means when you're pregnant, there ain't no taking off. You work it up until your delivery date. Like most women in this country. And then you get 12 weeks off for FMLA. And then from that point, you got to take that baby that you carried in your belly for 9 months while you was driving yourself to work pregnant and morning sickness and all that kind of stuff. And you got to take that newborn child, the first one you ever had, and you got to hand it over to a daycare and pay them handsomely for it. And you do that 1, 2, 3 times happily with your $45,000 a year man, living in a house that you and he can afford, which is going to be really small.
Not in Virginia.
I don't care where it is. It's going to be small based upon your income and his income. You do this. You do this.
So
is this what you would, ma'am? Is this what you would do?
You said what I do.
Is this what you would do? Is this what you? Is this what you would have? You would happily live at your means, meaning you're making 50, he's making 45, so together you're making 95. You're working. You got to pay 50% of the bills, like he's had to pay 50% of the bills. You're living at your means. There's no international travel. There's no 2-week vacations.
Well, maybe I'll have less kids.
That's why I said, gentlemen, what I just showed you, that it is about our money. Because see what I just showed you? She said it's not about a man's money, but the more I start piling on reality after reality, the money starts to matter. And this is why I say you ladies are disingenuous, because you think you're not making men about money and you want a lifestyle that you can't afford for yourself. So this is why so many of you need to pull the camera up your head. This is why so many of y'all die by yourself, because it's like, well, if I got to do all this hard work and I got to be pregnant and stuff, what do y'all get off on this stuff? Who told y'all get to live like queens as average people?
My dad. I don't know. Like I was raised in a very like even though he didn't make his money legally, my dad raised me to like his little princess. So I would say blame my dad.
But you went to college, ma'am, and people don't live that way.
I know that. That's what I'm saying. I'm not done with school. I'm not gonna like when I plan on having kids.
Last September, the median sale price for Northern Virginia homes is $490,000. This September, the median sale price is $524,950. That is a 7% increase, or $35,000 compared to just last year.
I believe you, but Northern
I
Virginia,
know,
where
I
was
know. But the thing is, can you afford to 3 kids in Northern Virginia with a $500,000 home? Can you pay for that?
no, not right now.
So in other
But I'm not
words, you
at my
got,
peak.
so in other words, ma'am, your hopes are outpacing your abilities.
Got you.
And this is what so many you ladies have been told, dream big. You should dream big. There's nothing wrong with dreaming big. It is when it becomes fantasy because you ladies make real world mating decisions based upon fantasy and delusion.
Yeah, you're right.
It'd be different if you said, man, I sure would love. I've dreamed of hitting the lottery.
Yeah.
I've dreamed of, but as men, we don't get to live in that world. The world tells us every day what we're worth. So when a man, we understand, you ladies have been told lies that you can have it all, but you're sitting there, you're looking at your family. Your daddy treated you like a princess, but you know your daddy was on the other side of the law. If your daddy had to go to work and earn I'm gonna call your daddy Earl. And if Earl had to go to work in the world and earn what Earl's market value skills was worth, he'd likely be earning what the average black man earns.
Yeah.
$21 an hour. And you would have had to live like that with your daddy coming home 8 to 5 every day. And your mama would have to go to work. And you'd have to live there, grilled cheese sandwiches and bologna and just like everybody else. Not princess, nothing. Black people ain't never had this wealth or riches. And when you go to an HBCU, it's even worse to hear you guys say this because you're supposed to know who we are.
Yeah.
And then I look at a woman who seems like a nice personality,
Yeah.
but it's wasted because you want something way up here. And somebody can come to you right here and you will be like,
No, that's not, but no, I'm not, that's the thing though. That's really not true. Like, I really give
I hope
everybody
so.
the
I hope
opportunity.
so. I hope you would date an average. I hope you would date
No,
somebody.
I've dated
I
below
hope you would
average.
marry him.
Yes,
I hope you
I
would
will
marry
marry
him.
an average.
Okay, but see the thing is, when I started running through the example of the kids and this, and they said, I have less kids. Why? Why less kids? Just live at your means.
Because traveling is something that's really like big for me, and I want my kids to travel. So
Black women, pull your fucking hand out of your ass. Travel. Our community is dying. You divorce and have double the rate you marry. Our population has not grown.
you're right.
And y'all are worried about you worried about traveling to impress who?
I'm trying, okay? Like,
Who are you worried about
I'm not
traveling?
trying to impress
Travel for
anybody.
what?
Well, I'm big on traveling because I'm a big history buff, so I really want to be able
Travel to the fucking library.
I do, but I want to
Read a book, man. Do you think we got the travel coming up? It's called National Geographic. Regular people don't get to travel the world.
You're right.
And this is why men are so frustrated with you guys because you'll look at an average man and you'll nag the
No, I
shit
never
out of
thought I never thought about it like that. Like, we need to populate more of us, you know?
The world, a community can rise no higher than the moral position of its woman. And our women want everything. And you're average. And you need to work so we can travel to impress who?
Yeah, no, you're right. No, but I'm not traveling to impress people. It's more.
I am a knowledge person. I get all that, but what is most important?
No, what's most important is bettering our community and
It's family.
yeah, and family and creating Black families.
Where are your people from? If your people are from the South, go to New Orleans and you will see people who live in an ancestral home that has been there since antebellum South.
Yeah, and that's where my family's from,
Well then,
Louisiana. Baton Rouge. So yeah, you're right. No one's never broken it down to me. So like that.
I know because we've been pushed into this hyper consuming culture.
Yeah.
That's not for everybody. You know, the kind of stuff you're talking about, when I was coming up, everybody didn't expect to live in a mansion and drive a Mercedes. People were happy living in a lot of people lived in apartments their entire lifetime.
Yep.
You know, many people in my mother's generation didn't buy their first home until they were in their 50s. So, difficult conversation, good conversation. Look, his people die to get in this country. And you look at the Hispanic people, people from Mexico coming over here, and they value family first. They're not trying to get in this country and start consuming and traveling. They work this, next thing you know, in 20 years, the black side of town is now the Hispanic side of town.
Yeah, no, trust me.
Because they value family, because their women are not out of control like you are, hyper consuming, worried about all this stupid shit, and no man.
No, you're right.
All right, young
You're
lady.
absolutely right. Thank you. I
Good evening.
appreciate
Bye-bye.
it. Bye.
That was good. I understand the impulse to want things. I do. I do. But I want to see us survive before any of this other stuff. It's almost like our women would rather be alone and taking girls' trips to do what? To show each other your Instagram? Show me your Instagram with your husband. Show me your Instagram with your boyfriend. Show me your Instagram with your fiance. Show me your Instagram. Show me your Christmas card. You know I am not against living, but damn, man, it ain't. You gotta earn that, and if everybody don't need that. Let me get back to this young lady I said I was gonna get to. She's still.